Hey, what's up guys, this is Batman GVD here, and you are watching the tutorial on how to make a minifig walk cycle. And this is for your brick films that you are making. And well, in the last video we talked about setting up your lighting and setting up your camera. As you can see, I'm using a webcam. So if you're using a bigger camera, you might be setting up different in different places, or size matters, and we talked about all of that. And we also talked about lighting and positioning, where to position your lighting, and how to get the best lighting. And so if you want to check that out, there should be a annotation or a link. There'll definitely be a link in the description, so go check that out. And but today I'm going to be showing you how to do a minifig walk cycle, and there's not one certain way to do a minifig walk cycle. Um, this is just the way I do it, and I don't always keep to it. It's always different depending on what the action, what the character's doing right then and there, and what he's going to do. Um, so if he's going to walk into a run, it's more complicated. There's going to be not the same. It's not going to be the same as a walk cycle. And also, FPS does matter. If you're going at 24 FPS, you might be animating differently than if you were at 15, 20 FPS, or even, just FPS does matter. And because 24 FPS, even if you're going on twos, which means you're taking 2 frames for each frame, um, it's still going to be different, because it's a lot faster. So that means you gotta be make it smooth. But the one thing that matters about the one main thing about animating a walk cycle is that your character is always leaning forward. That's a little bit too much. You don't want to do it too much. You just want just a slight lean forward, so you can tell that his momentum, his weight is going forward. When we walk, we aren't walking like this. If you are, you're gonna have some back problems. You're gonna, I don't know. But, we don't walk like this. It's unrealistic, you know. And, we walk forward. You don't want to go too much. You don't want to go all the way down here, because then that looks like your back is hurting. You want just very slightly, like that, a little bit, maybe even a little. That might be a little bit too much. That's probably good enough. We're not trying to necessarily perfect, because I'm trying to get this done in a good amount of time. I'm not trying to take 2 hours to do this. So, and this is actually really one of the first times I've started animating with this camera. So, I might be a little not knowing what I'm doing sometimes, because I've never used Monkey Jam either. I'm doing what I've seen other people using it and using this camera, and I think I'll be fine. But I've always used cameras like these, and or like this. But I finally upgraded, and now my animations, there won't be as much jumping and moving. The sets being moved, and we'll talk about that more in the first video. And so if I jump around a little bit, I'm sorry, I apologize. But this is kind of a new experience for me too, because I've never animated with this, with a webcam before, or this camera. So now that we've got our setup, we've got our lighting good, we got our camera set up, we've got our keyboard or you know, if you're using a camera, you're not gonna have a keyboard. But if you're using a webcam or a camera that connects to the computer and you're live streaming it, you're gonna probably have a keyboard, a keypad, whatever. And y'all can't see it, but my computer, my screen is right there, so I can press enter. You know, I can look back and I can toggle right here, and you know, really, you know, see what's going on at the same time while I'm animating. So it's nice to be able to do that. That's why I got this camera, and I'm gonna fix my set real quick. And this set, I can't remember if I talked about it in the other video. This set is just from animation I'm doing for my mother. She needed it for something for school, so I'm going to be animating something I haven't finished yet. But I will be uploading to YouTube. But I mean, it's nothing special. It's just something for school. So school isn't that special. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And before I get started, I want to say that I am animating at 15 FPS right now, which means 15 frames per second. And I'm not on twos or anything, just on ones. That means 1 frame for every frame. So if I was animating 24 FPS, I'd probably do twos, because if you don't, it's gonna be, you have to be very patient. I haven't gotten to the skill yet to get to 24 FPS yet, so I think I should conquer 15 FPS, you know, and be a master, you know, 15 FPS before I try 24 FPS. So that's what I'm doing. And alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. You want to go ahead and take a frame, take your first frame, and now we have frame number 1. Did it take it? No, it didn't. Sorry guys. Okay. Alright, so now you have frame number 1, and now we're going to move him for the next frame. And let's say his left leg is going to go up first. So, okay. It's best if you don't take him out of position like that, but since I've got all this stuff crowded around me, I'm usually not this crowded when I'm animating. I need to just a tad bit, I think, because he's, you know, the easing in and easing out, just like traditional animation. You know, you want to keep the mindset as a traditional animator. You know, traditional animator and a stop motion animator kind of have the same mindset. You know, I do traditional animation also, so I kind of, you know, I realize I have the main mindset. See, if you were a stop motion animator, like any of you stop motion animators out there, you would understand some of the, maybe not everything that a traditional animator does, but you would understand most of it. You'd already be ahead of most people. But okay, so I think that's good. We'll take a frame, and so that's our movement. And I didn't explain this, but let me explain this. You notice how when he steps his left leg, his left arm goes back, his right arm comes forward. Um, that's how humans walk. Um, if you watch, you know, humans don't walk. You probably can't see my whole body, but humans, hopefully you can get it. Understand? Humans don't walk like this. You know, you look like a robot. You know, it makes them look like a robot. Humans walk like this. It's the counterbalance. You know, that left arm counterbalance the left leg coming out, and the right arm also counterbalances it. You know, it keeps you balanced. Because you walk like this, you might get unbalanced. And it's just counterbalance. That's, you know, that's what makes it look right. Alright, so since we're coming off slow, you can probably pull this off without sticky tack, but I use sticky tack. If you don't know what sticky tack is, it doesn't look like this in the actual bag, but it looks like little strips when you take it out of the bag. But it's just sticky tack, because that's what it is. It's sticky. It's really helpful, and so I mean, I'm not really hiding it very well, but when it's going at 15 frames per second, sometimes if you can pull it off, they're not gonna notice. But I want his leg to come up a little bit off the stud. That is what I'm doing right here. And I think that looks. And also, as y'all can notice, as I said, that forward momentum. Always keep that forward momentum. You always want him moving his chest. His chest goes where his legs go. His head follows where his chest goes. His arms follow where his chest. Everything goes together. If you're going forward, everything's going to be going forward. Same if you were going backward, but nobody walks backwards. I mean, if you do, that's good for you. I don't know, but you could probably get away with somebody walking backwards, make it funny, because Legos, you think of something funny. But anyway, forward, always his chest needs to be leaning forward, not all the way, too much, but just very slightly. I feel he came off a little bit too much. Alright, I'm gonna take that. Now, here is where it may get tricky. You don't have to use putty, like I said. If you want to, this is what I do. I usually put putty in the back. I try to make it so it's not as seen. And basically, you can accomplish this easily, but oh, not in the. This is the frame we're on, right? Yeah. And you're getting that. This is the middle of the step. See, I did it without sticky tack. It looks alright. And that forward momentum. And yeah, it looks good. But if you're having trouble keeping them up, I suggest using sticky tack. And now we're just gonna slightly, not all the way on it. We're not gonna put them all the way on the stud, not just yet, because the weight hasn't all the way come down yet. So and then his weight comes down. This is kind of the easing in, because once I get into an actual walk, I don't do as many frames. Alright, sorry guys. My dad was talking, and he's still talking, but hopefully it's you can't hear. I'm not sure if you can hear it or not, so I just want to stop right there. But anyway, where we were just at, he's coming down on the foot, and this is easing into the shot, and now he's going to come back to the stop, back to the center of rest. When you're walking, you know, there is that little rest, even if it's half a second. That rest is there, and if you want to, you know, I might do it real quick. You can hold this image, hold it for 2, and that'll make him rest. I probably won't do it on the next one, but so he holds that spot for 2 frames right there. See, step, middle, boom, 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 and he holds it for 2. Just because, you know, he's getting into that walk. He's easing into that walk. And then, for the middle, you know, when he speeds up into the actual walk, you won't, at least I wouldn't do that hold for 2. It might look funky. I'm not sure. We haven't checked it out yet, because I haven't played it in full speed. If you look at the image that's up on the screen right now, his right leg is back. That's going to be the one coming forward when he goes to, you know, when he goes to take his next step. And his right arm is forward. That means it's going to be coming back because there's, you know, that momentum. So let's go back to the frame we're on right now, and his right leg. I've got a little bit of light flicker in here, I think. But I guess it's alright since I'm only doing the tutorial. So his right leg is going to be coming forward. And that will create the illusion of him walking. Basically, a walk cycle is the transition between the steps. Him taking steps. And it looks, you know, it makes that illusion of him walking. So, I think I got this one a little bit too far back. This is going to create the illusion of him walking. And remember, forward, forward, forward. His chest is forward. The top of his torso is forward, leaning slightly forward to create that illusion of him going forward. Alright, now I'm not going to do, like in the last one I put sticky tack under it. I'm just going to automatically, since he's already eased into it, and he's actually full on walking right now, I'm just going to put him in the middle of the bricks. See, as you can see, it can be difficult to balance him between studs, but it does look a lot better than seeing blue. And of course, I put him in the wrong spot. Do I have him in the right spot? Nope. I think he's worn back. his chest is still not only forward as I want it to be. There we go. There we go. That's what I like. Now to the next frame, I'm just going to step his foot down and just look at that. And take that frame, and then he comes to his rest. Bane comes to a rest. And make sure you keep his torso going forward, like I said. And we'll take that. See, I'm not going to do, I won't hold 2 on this one. I won't take a 2 on this one, 2 frames for this frame, because, I mean, he's eased into it already, and, you know, now he's actually full on walking. When we ease out, though, then I would take another hold 2. But we haven't got to that part yet. So, okay. So now his left leg is going to be going forward. And after this one, I'm going to fast forward the rest of the process, because I think you guys are smart enough and you've gotten the gist of it. It's pretty simple, actually. It just takes practice. You know, I watch tons and tons of tutorials. I watch tutorials over and over, the same ones. Especially Kuber Studios. I love his channel. He is my all-time favorite brick filmer ever. If you haven't seen this stuff, you need to watch his stuff. I mean, he's absolutely amazing because he really tries to. I don't know. I've never seen any of his stuff. You know, nowadays it's it's never been anything. I've never seen any mistakes. I'm sure he's made mistakes, but he pulls it off so good that you can't even tell. I've never really seen any choppy. Plus, I mean, he goes at like 24 FPS, I'm pretty sure, and he uses Dragon Frame too. But I mean, his animation is just beautiful. But I'm inspired to be. I'm okay, I would say. I'm not there just yet. I think in a year or 2, I'll be there. Maybe soon. Maybe not. I think that now that I've got this webcam and it just looks beautiful. And I did a review on this too. So if you want to check that out, go check that out. There should be a card. There should be cards up here for all all the videos I've probably talked about. If they're not up there, probably because I couldn't fit them up there. And I think you only did 5. But anyway, yeah, that looks good. Forward movement. Always keep it. Forward, forward, forward. And his arms are going to come down. And that's good. That was nice. That was really nice right there. The way that came out. And now he comes to his resting stop. See, when you don't have to pull him off, I have a tendency of pulling him off and fixing him, like I'll show you in a second. I'd probably, I wasn't talking about it. Um, so now his right leg, and I'm actually going to fast forward the rest of this process because I know it can be boring, but I think I'll get the basics down. Once you get the basics down, it's just the same process over and over, just transitioning from left and right, and basically just kind of got to keep in your head. And sometimes I even take a sharp like right here, I'll write down, which leg was first, and when to switch off and stuff. But if you can keep it in your head, that makes it a lot easier. But some people cannot do that like me. But on something so simple, I can. So I'm going to fast forward this. Enjoy. Oh crap! Before I fast forward, this is what I was talking about. I have a tendency to take this off and fix it up here, and when you do that, sometimes you do lose. It can mess you up. Because when you have it already down here, it can you can put them in the wrong place, like I know I just definitely did. I still think I'm really going. Huh? Never mind. I don't know. If I was, doing a real brick film, um, this is just a tutorial, so I'm not going to go back and fix that light flicker. Best thing to do for light flicker right there is to, light flicker like that, it's usually because, sometimes you get so caught, you go boom, 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 and, you don't let the camera adjust back to the manual settings you had it to. Yeah, I really hate that. But I'll probably have I think I'll have a tutorial on light flicker and how to get rid of it. Um, but I can't remember if I had that listed down. But if not, I probably will list it down now. But I'm going to fast forward this, and yeah. Okay, so now that I am, he's ending the walk cycle. He's about to end it. I'm going to kind of ease out, just kind of slowly ease out, because you don't come to a full stop. Everything eases out and comes back. Goes. Try doing this. Try going like this. If you did it in slow motion, even if you look really closely, you can see that my hand doesn't stop right there. It goes boom and boom. It comes back up a little bit. Because that's just the way it works. The motion, it doesn't come to a complete stop. It's automatically. It's not like, if there was a brick wall, you would come to a complete stop, but then you would bounce back. Like if you ran to a wall and bounce back, you run and bounce back and fall, or fly back, whatever. So we're going to ease out, and that means I'm going to take a couple more frames than I would in the traditional walk cycle. So we just took. Are we taking it? Yeah, we took where he's in between studs. Now, before I go all the way down, I'm going to slightly pull him off. I'm going to slightly pull him, so slightly on the stud, not all the way, and that's actually not enough. It'll take some work. You don't want him looking. What I find best is if you take a small piece of tack, and this basically pushes so it doesn't come all the way down on top of it. Now that it's going so fast in FPS, you don't want to notice it so much. His weight's going to come down. This just really just kind of slows it down. Makes it slowly come to a stop instead of just wham right to a stop. It eases out of the shot. So there's an ease in. It's like if he's walking in to his full walk cycle. He smoothly walks into the walk cycle, and he gets into the walk cycle, and he eases out of the walk cycle, and he smoothly comes to a stop. So now we can come to, he's actually not stopping here, he has one more step, and that one's going to have more frames than usual. And this one's actually going to need to hold this one for 2 frames. I'm just going to take 2 frames, I don't like messing with that, so there you go. 1, 2. You can easily just if you're taking more than, I would say more than 3, and then I would use, type it in, whatever. But besides that, you can just enter it twice on this keyboard or your keypad, and so now his left leg is coming up, as we said. So, like traditional, his left leg is going to come up. Not too much. Moving on too much. So there we go. And now we can go into the middle of the studs. Alright, so here we are. We finished, and now we're going to go check out what it looks like, what this walk cycle looks like. There is one image where I let light flicker slip in, and really ticking me off, but it's a tutorial, so it's just a little example, a little test. But if this was, I was really doing this for a brick film, I would really, I would go back and somehow fix that, or redo the whole thing with that. So, I'm definitely doing a tutorial on it if I haven't already done it. If you're watching this video and I've already done it, check it out. Link should be in the description. If I haven't done it yet, I am doing it because I really need. I never really saw much like real tutorials on light flicker. So I'm going to make one. So here is what our animation looks like. Please excuse the light flicker. Now this is at 15 FPS, so I probably shouldn't have done that mode too. And I can easily go back and delete that. Especially since I'm using a webcam on my. I can go right here, close this, and go to this frame and hit delete. And okay, so I've gone back and I've fixed just most of it. Besides that light flickering, there's one little tiny. There's one frame where at the end where he came up a little bit too much, and if obviously if I was doing an actual brick film or something, I'm only doing this as an example. I would obviously go back and fix that, or not make that mistake in the first place. I just wanted to get the gist across, the basics of how you do this walk cycle at 15 FPS. And here's what it turned out looking like. I don't know if you guys noticed, but at the end there's a little bounce up, and I did a little bit too much of a bounce up. Alright, so that is it for this tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed and that you learned something from this. And if you enjoyed, please subscribe, like, and share. And because there is more to come to this channel, tons of tutorials and tons of other stuff. So please subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you guys next time.